Hello everyone. So this is the latest in my Economist review videos here. It's going to be a short one because really we only have an issue concerning the Chinese to talk about. But as per the usual, going to be three parts to this. Think tanks, security issues, and then I'm going to get on to some cool stuff. Got two topics and cool stuff. So these are some of the think tanks mentioned. I know it's going to be quick. In the future, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have a spreadsheet that has these listed. There'll be a link in the description in the future, and you can just go there. So, getting into it, first with China, we have the issue of Taiwan. We've got a lot of commercial interest in Taiwan, and China definitely wants possession of Taiwan. It considers itself it considers Taiwan part of China. So, how do we go about this? And keep in mind, we're talking about a distance of only over 100 miles, so pretty easy to do a sneak attack. I know some people have said that they don't feel China can pull off a sneak attack because there's too many eyes on them. Yeah, if the Japanese can pull off a sneak attack on the United States, definitely the Chinese can pull off a sneak attack on Taiwan. So the issue is should we have a first line of defense, and I have this graphic that shows a line of defense on what's called the leeward side, that's the side of Taiwan that faces China, or do we not have a plan for that and just consider that distance there to be, China's sovereign operating space? In the US, I think it's kind of a bit hypocritical that we're judging China. We had business in Vietnam. We sent militaries into Afghanistan and Iraq. All of those much further than Taiwan. So I think labeling China as an expansionist military, I don't know. It's jarring to me. But then should we have a should we just have a contingency that if they take the island, how to take the island back, and that would actually be a second line of defense on the seaward side, because we got a lot of bases in the Philippines and Japan, the areas we call the archipelagos. Another issue too is this new security law that China has that was made to crack down on dissent in Hong Kong, but it can be used to crack down on American or any type of foreign business people, and it affects several industries. And pretty much if they think of you as spying, you're spying, and the weight of the system can go against you. Now we're going to move on to, the cool stuff. First thing in cool stuff, a professor from Michigan State University, my alma mater, was mentioned in The Economist. And I might actually buy the issue of the journal he's going to get published in. The second thing that's cool here is what you would call the housing market. And actually, I have a friend who, says they're going to buy a house in March. I don't know if that's going to happen, but that's what they're claiming. And the housing market has been very robust, and it's been very robust because of migration. We have more people migrating now. Fortunately, much of that is thanks to warfare. And also to household finances. The pandemic scared a lot of lenders and stuff, so they stopped lending to people who were less economically viable, I guess you could say. And then the third is personal preferences. A lot of people, and this kind of includes myself, when we were holed up at the pandemic, had nothing to do. We didn't really like our places. Like my place is very small, got it just to pretty much sleep in. But in the pandemic, you were holed up there all day, so that's got you rethinking what you want to do. So that's been this recap of The Economist. In other news, I give my issues of The Economist to a coworker named Mason. You can see a picture of him right here. And I've been pulling this prank where I take the staples out, and I'm wondering how long it's going to take for him to notice me doing it. Fairly easy to remove the staples, but Mason can be a bit oblivious, so this should be good.